Getting ready to lay the subfloor. We put one sheet down already. We're going to go ahead and bring in another one. We're just taking it right off of the trailer.
Arms are kind of backwards there.
Just lay it. You'll see what I mean. How messed up it is on that one.
It's missing some.
I know. So we purchased these online. The one part right here, when they were loading it, I was watching for any real bad bowing, and one of them was really, actually 3 of them were really bad. I told them I didn't want them, go get 2, 3 others. And then they brought this one and 2 others. This one was missing a bunch right here. So we are planning on putting a bench right here. So it's not going to matter if it's on against the wall here. I just don't want it out in the middle of the floor. And you're going to have that. I mean, no wood is perfect. I mean, you're going to end up having to just look, see where you're at, and make sure all the good seams are in the middle where traffic is going to be. Push her away again just to make sure. Good. Now you saw it kind of like bowing a little bit. I mean, this is 1/4 inch plywood. It's going to do that. You don't have to worry too much about that because you're going to be screwing it down. And when you screw it down, it's going to hold it down. The whole idea is also there's 2 sides to this stuff. There's this side, and then on the back side it's really rough. So you want to make sure the smooth side is up. We're spacing the screws approximately about 1 foot apart. We're just doing the outside edges just to hold it down for now. And then we'll be coming back and adding 2 rows down through the middle. Like I said, every foot we'll put them in. He's just screwing some down, making sure it stays where it's at when we bring the next one in. So the next one, any idea where we've moved stuff around too many times. Moved from one room to the other, back to the other room, back to the other. I am looking for, I don't have a roller, tape measure. I have no idea where tape measure is. This, I believe, if I'm right, is 3 inches smaller, so we'll be cutting 4 inches Okay, so take it from here and go out, and let's see where the 4 foot ends up. Oh, that's good. That's actually perfect. So we gotta cover on that one. Alright, let's get another one. Alright, so, well, we got a few in. We're short of 8 feet here, but that's okay. We'll take that one into the cavity to make it a little bit bigger. And we were short here, so we ended up coming all the way out to this edge here. So that allowed us to go into the doorway area, which worked out really well. On this one, we measured it to go into the doorway, go around this. This is the door to our basement. And we actually lined it up to the frame there, which also lined up perfectly to the drywall. So, we're getting there. 6 down, 6 to go. We left that open because we're building a wall here and here. That way the wall's not on top of it. But 6 down, 6 together. It's looking like a floor. Even be better once we get the vinyl down.
Taking a picture of my crooked cutting.
It's on water line. Don't have to be perfect for a water line. Oh! We good?
Yeah.
Five more to go. Two more sheets. We're done with the subfloor. Finish that up at 64 inches long. 2 more sheets to cover it all. So, getting there. Alright, last piece was just fitted in. We had to remove the toilet. We ended up having to put the seam right down through here so we could go one went this way and one that way. Added the hole for the water line. Removed the toilet. If you never remove the toilet, it's just 2 bolts on either side. That's what these, this and this, that's what's sticking up on the sides of your toilet at the bottom. And then they're just nuts on top. And then you just lift it straight up and the toilet comes right off. We had to remove all the water in the tank and also the bowl. To do that, we just used the shop vac. But guess what? That was the last piece. We're gonna go ahead and, I was gonna start painting, but I think we're gonna wait and lay the floor down first because we had to remove the toilet. That is the only working toilet in the house right now. So I kind of like to have it back like as soon as possible. So, but I've gone and shop vac all of the walls to get all of the dust off the walls. We do that using this thing. It's just a line that hooks to the shop vac and allows you to, I sucked all the dust off the walls, getting us ready to be able to paint. Anyways, we're going to finish that up. We got to screw the ring back down. We got to get a wax ring put on top of it and put all that good stuff. But first we got to lay the flooring. And right now, before we lay the flooring, the reason we still do not have a piece of drywall here is because we have to vent this. See, you can't just have, on plumbing, everything has to be vented. Otherwise you just draw a vacuum and your drains will go really, really slow going down, or they won't go down at all. You end up with, you know, constantly waiting and waiting and waiting for it to go down because you're pulling a vacuum. So what this has on the bottom is a Y, and it's going to vent right out the wall right here. So that's what he's downstairs doing right now. We're gonna actually end up seeing a little bit of it, but you know what? I don't care. It needs to be vented, and the way this system works is that's the way it's gonna be. So basically, the toilet used to be right here. We've now moved it over to here. This allows us to put in the shower right here, and vanity's gonna go right in the corner right here. There'll be a wall coming across here with a door, and then also across here, there, and this is going to be the bathroom. It is going to be tight, but you know what? It will be a full bathroom with a shower, toilet, and a vanity. So, woohoo, first floor bathroom. This bathroom was, originally, it went all the way across with a wall, and there was a door right here that walked in. We had... What's that? Glue? Let's go hunt for the glue. We got stuff everywhere. See the mess out on the deck? We had to move everything out. I didn't put it in there, so I know it's not in there. Yeah, see our mess? That's all wood back here to be burned. But right now everything is just like thrown in here. This is the rest of the subflooring. This is for the living room here. And hopefully there'll be a little bit left. There's all the wood that has to be stripped to go around the island or the chimney that's by the island. This room, stacked floor to ceiling with cabinets. This is the master bedroom. That's holding all of our tools and everything, so we keep that all in one place. Here's the flooring. That's what's going to go down. You can watch us do that. We got more drywall. That's the finish. The bathroom, we've already ordered 8 more pieces of drywall. So that will be to go up there. The 1/2 inch is to finish the office, and the 3/8 drywall is to finish bathroom upstairs. Bathroom upstairs, we're going to be moving in before it's finished, but we need a working bathroom with a shower and stuff. So that's why we're working on this one to get this one done. It has to be done in operating prior for us to be moving in. So if we could do that, we're in good shape. But right now we're going to stick in the vent, and then we're going to go ahead and put in the last piece of drywall right there. This still staying open. Again, we are going to vent this out there, so we got to cut that. We need some water lines brought up there. So all of that's on hold. This piece of drywall is on hold. That's one piece of drywall anyway, so. Gonna remove all of this trim and stuff around that window. And the wall's gonna go right here. So we'll just leave the wall down so we have easy access to get to the plumbing and everything until that's done. That drywall is going to remain open. We are also going to cut this part of the drywall, and this portion right here will remain open at all times. And we will build a bulkhead that's going to go all the way down this wall. In front of the wall will be shelving for towels and whatnot. But that way we have access to the plumbing at all times. Always remember that when you're doing plumbing, just make sure you have access panel or some way to get to that. So that's what it's doing right now. It's going to cut a hole out in the wall. So we can get that vented. So this is actually both. This is like, you get a little bit of piping and you get a little bit of subflooring, all in the same video. Just kidding.
Where's my tool? You see my tool? My handy dandy tool has had it.
You think? Can you use the jigsaw?
Hide and go seek.
See if we can get you in again.
There we go.
Let's focus on it. Woohoo, I see light. Could you just leave it like that with the holes in the siding and just put it there?
Oh, can I?
You can.
I could put a few more, and I think in the middle, but...
Huh?
I think I'd put a few in the middle, wouldn't I?
Yeah, give it enough draw to be able to... Okay, that's good. Alright, all the subflooring is done. We got the drain, it's on the other side of that. We spray foamed it. Everything's been screwed down. Every 12 inches all the way across. And now we're getting ready to lay the linoleum. Problem is that it's wider than our space. Our space is 12 feet, or 11'7", and this is 12 feet. And the roll is 40 feet long. So this is 30, and the other 10 is for the bathroom upstairs. So now we're trying to figure out how to go about this. Now comes the fun part. Getting it pulled out and laid in. Alright. Painting time. Still the same day. Got the rest of the subfloor in today. This morning we laid the vinyl. This morning reinstalled the toilet. It's staying. And you're gonna be able to do that without making a big old mess. And time to reveal the paint color. We're gonna start with this wall over here. And drum roll. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. There it is. Paint color. It's like a tannish, greenish, hard to explain. I'm waiting for him to go down towards the floor so I can see how well it's gonna look with the floor.
Is that a hint?
Yeah, it's a hint. Wow, I kind of like it. That's going to look really nice. And keep it nice and bright in here since it's such a dark floor. Oh, oh, oh no. Oh, jeez. Can't take him anywhere. Hair. Just some vinegar water. Take it right up. There we go. Looks good. Don't put that too far away. Trying to say. So what we bought for paint. We went to Lowe's. We got Valspar 2000, which is a paint and primer and ultra hide semi-gloss interior. So that's what we're using. We've never had problems with this paint. It's always been a good paint for us. It does hide good. 2 coats and we're pretty much good to go. It's a nice paint. It gives you a better idea of the color. I know it's hard to see on a camera exactly what color these are, but we like it. It's a good paint. This is what we've painted all of our rentals and stuff with. We've gone through many different types of paint, trust me. We have used many different kinds. We used to have 5 rentals, we're down to 2. But we've painted many rooms and constantly, so.
Who's flashing paint everywhere?
We've gone the cheap route on paint. Never do that again. It takes 5 coats and it's just, you use twice as much paint. The savings of it is just not worth it. If you're gonna paint, get something that's a good brand. Don't get an off brand. You get what you pay for, basically. So, and that is a really nice color. I really like it. It does go well with the floor. It pulls out the lighter colors of the floor, which is what we want. Since it is such a dark floor, and then we have wood on top of that, our main concern was to try and keep it light and airy in here and don't feel like you're closed in. We'll be painting the ceiling white. It's a bright white. But there's our painting adventure has started, and it doesn't take long to do paint, so hopefully we could get close to being done here today and start the second coat tomorrow, and we're good. There we go. Thanks for watching. I'll be back. I'll show you when it's all finished, or at least the first coat, and then we'll show you the second coat. One last thing we're doing for the flooring is gluing it down. So what we got is some greasy resealable pressure sensitive release adhesive. The whole idea is if it's permanent, if the flooring can be permanent and you're never going to take it up, and this is good for vinyl, for towel, for carpet, for padding. You lay this out and you wait for it to turn clear. Once it turns clear, then you're ready to go ahead and move the vinyl on it. If it's permanent, then you put the vinyl on it now, before it turns clear. And you can see it's a white, but it'll all be clear once it's ready. Now the press and release option is nice because if we already know that vinyl does not last more than 10, 15 years, and I'm hoping at least 10, 15 years on this one since we got the highest grade. So we're planning on staying in this house till we die. And Darren's turning 50 next week. I'm turning 50 at the end of the year. And you know, this is our dream home. This is our dream homestead. This is where we're staying. We're never gonna move, never. This is it. So, I mean, we'll take really good care of the flooring and stuff, but let's say in 10 years from now, we're 60 and we need to put new linoleum down. The last thing we want to be doing at 60 years old is trying to scrape the vinyl up off the floor. The press release option allows us to basically, it peels right off. It literally will peel right off. And then you can push it back down and have it stick again. So it holds really good. We've had it and tried it in a couple of our rentals. It went well. When it came time for having to change out the linoleum, because of course linoleum and vinyl doesn't last long in a rental, even if you buy the good stuff. But people just don't take care of other people's property. So this is, you know, we've had to replace it a couple times and it was really easy to work with. In fact, you can already see in some spots it's already clearing where it wasn't real heavy. Turning clear already. So this is what we're doing. We are sealing it on this side. Cabinets will go on top of this. And then you're probably going to ask the question, and let me just ask it and answer it for you before you ask, is if the cabinets are on top of the linoleum and we need to replace the linoleum, how do we have to remove all the cabinets? The answer is no. We are, like I said, this is a really high grade flooring. We are going to, it's probably going to last us 10, 15 years. Yes, it's going to be underneath the cabinets, but if by chance we need to replace it, we will cut it off around the cabinets and then just lay a piece, and that piece we will literally have to cut the next piece to fit around all the cabinets as well. But this was just really easy. I mean, this flooring comes in 12-foot lengths. We could have put the cabinets in first, but it would not have taken, it would have taken a whole lot longer than what we put it in. The cut around cabinets and stuff and around a lot of stuff, it takes time. And with this large sheet, to try and cut around cabinets as well as what little bit of cutting we had to do. I mean, it took us a good hour to just get it into place. So, you know, everything's got to be lined up. When I look down, I got to see those grout lines got to be straight. And so that takes a lot of work to do that. I mean, it's not like you just throw it in and line it up with one corner and start laying it. It doesn't work that way, especially when you get into an older house where nothing is straight. You got to really work on getting, you have to look at the grout lines and the layout to make sure everything is nice and straight.
And this is, and it took a little while, but to have to try and do that around cabinets on such a 30-foot long piece of vinyl, it's, first off, the vinyl's not easy to maneuver. It's extremely heavy. I told you, I showed you in the yesterday's video that I put out yesterday in the flooring. I showed you the thickness of it. I mean, this is just not a cheap one. This is a nice, thick, padded piece of vinyl, and it is heavy. So we are, when we go to replace it, it will be shorter. It will only go like where the wall is, and it'll be all of this right here, minus the cabinets here, minus the cabinets here. So this will be all the flooring that we'll be putting in. But for now, it was just easier to lay in one great big sheet than it is doing a lot of cutting. Even though it was heavy, it was just easier to work with. And since we don't have any walls or anything up, I mean, we're just going to build right on top of the vinyl. And, you know, when it comes time in 10, 15 years, hopefully I can get one of my sons to do it for me. I don't have to. I'm 60, 65 years old. But even so, I mean, that's something that Darren and I can tackle on our own. Even at that age, if he holds up that long. I kind of work him to death sometimes. But here it is. All spread out. Doing the edges. Making sure that there's more than plenty. He's using this notch trowel. You want to make sure it's not on real thick anywhere. Do not put that on. I'm going to stick it right here. Just spread it out. All done? Yeah. Okay, so now the waiting time. It takes about 1 to 2 hours for this to turn clear. Once it turns clear, we'll go ahead and put the linoleum over it and press it down. As you notice, we're only doing one end at a time. You don't want to try and lift up the whole entire thing because you'll never get it back into place again. So you only do little bits at a time. But let me get back. Give me just a second. When it dries, we'll be back and show you putting it in.